So I want now to go through the preventative control. One of them is enhanced due diligence. So, and also customer due diligence. Those are two different aspects, but they align to the same thing. So, customer due diligence is when you are able to identify the customer or the client. You are able to understand the client better. You are able to verify the client. So identification means when, for example, you go to a banking hall, they normally give you a form to fill out when you're opening an account. So that form, some of the questions they were asked about, like for example, how much salary do you expect to receive and all that. So those are some of the aspects of AML that normally you undergo through, which is customer due diligence, where they are able, the bank or the institution is able to understand exactly what's the risk level of the different clients that we have. Upon that, then they do something called verification. This is through use of maybe a national ID or a identity card, passport or national ID or driving license, but mostly it's national ID or the passport. So you are able now to verify all that the user, that the client that you register into your system is the real client, and that the information he provided are true. Also, for example, you are told to provide your proof of address. These are more aspects of customer due diligence, so that they can know exactly where you live, so that in case of in the years to come where there will be transaction monitoring, they will be able to understand is this an aspect of money laundering within the system. We also have enhanced due diligence. This is normally happens for high risk clients. This is called risk-based AML. So now the client is normally, if he seems to be a high risk client, he undergoes something called enhanced due diligence. So for simplified, there is normally simplified due diligence and enhanced due diligence. For simplified, it means it's just a simple standard way of identifying the client, doesn't have a lot of steps or processes to be followed. For enhanced, normally it targets people who are politically exposed people. These are people who are connected to politics, or people who have, for example, in the politics, people who work in the, for example, charity organization, NGOs. These are people who have a way of, like, they have the capability, or they have an influence. They can be very highly influenced to do money laundering. So they are normally have enhanced due diligence normally happens. This is all these aspects help to understand the client, and also to put the risk level of different clients that you have, so that you can be able to protect yourself, and also to don't overprotect, and also to do not underprotect. That means, for example, you are not, for example, you do something also called media interventions, where you understand this client, has he ever been sanctioned. These are okay. This is more of detective, but also it's also a preventative. It helps you to be able to understand the client in a much better way, and help to put a risk level that can help you to provide the best for this client, and also protect yourself as a bank from these issues of money laundering within, because it makes your bank have a bad reputation. It can make you have very heavy penalties. So it's one of the ways to really understand your client, and also really prevent cases of money laundering. Thank you. Let's see, the next video I'll be doing more on transaction monitoring. Then I'll do a bit of enforced control. I'll combine the transactional, not transaction monitoring, but the detective controls, which one of them is transactional monitoring, and then I also do enforcement controls, where you get, maybe if you enforce some controls on a specific client based on the behavior, or based on some aspects that you find are not aligned to what your banking or your risk level. Yes. So see you on the next video.